Get away from the trash can, absolutely fucking look. I see these teens out here, form machines out here, man, this shit on the regular. A lot of guys, you know, they wait to get their first check to go buy these type of cars, but I put it on everything I stand for. We drive these vehicles daily. And I ain't want to really flex on you, I want to flex with you, you know, this is just motivation. To all the ones who came all the way from the nitty gritty. Y'all can go do it, man, y'all can go buy some foreign vehicles, you know, pay some people rents, and, you know, put some ice on your neck and, you know, kiss beautiful women's hands and things of that nature. So, no, I ain't did much of no recording yet, but for the most part, just ironing out wrinkles and shit. More like the Wizard of Oz. Watch the Wizard of Oz movie. A voice that's always behind the scenes, sometimes that you never see. Things that I'm involved with behind the scenes that people might not never see. Behind the scenes, I'm doing all the business to make sure this shit can keep going and going. Somebody owes us $50,000. Know who you are. See, come from where we used to do it aggressive. You used to couldn't have owed us $5. Niggas out here breathing on us $50,000, legally though. Right now, we in H-Town, Houston, Texas to be exact. We at the BDE recording studios as we speak. Y'all know that YB in there. Y'all know that motherfucking young Alster is nearby. And y'all know that motherfucking D-Bill, so it's not too far, never too far. Man, that shit, like, all right, so let's just say I was doing my music, get it away a little bit, and got more hands-on with, like, helping people with their music. So I was working with an artist like Guapo, his name Young Ro, God bless his soul, by the name of Plug Rich J. He passed now. A few other artists that I had within my campaign, I'm just hugging them whole time. Everybody really curious, like, when your music gonna drop? Cause I had already built a certain amount of hype behind my own sound, but I wasn't just going to a studio every day. So boom, I wanted to a Persian cat. They called him Cinnamina. You see what I'm saying? That's his name, Cinnamon. I'm actually at a luxury apartment with my realtor. I was dealing with her on some business at the time. I was trying to get a extra rental property and put it on Airbnbs. And the place I was trying to get the rental property at was where Cena lived. So I'm at a just luxury little high rise and shit trying to secure this property. Persian cat run up on me outside by the valet. I'm leaving the spot. Hey, bro, you DFlowers? I really would like to work with you. I got a Mexican artist by the name of such and such. He was talking about D-Baby at the time. Okay. So boom, I got this Hispanic artist, and I think y'all voices sound so perfect together. He was like, man, whatever you need, how much you charge for a feature? I told him, he ended up telling me, I'll give you a band over. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know how Cena is. So I tell him, I think I told him I charged like $2,500 a feature at that time, because I was barely going to the studio. Boom, Brody ended up saying, bro, I'll give you $3,500 or $4K or some shit like that. If you can come here on this day, such and such. I took the offer, took the link up, of course. Got paid to do the verse with D Bizzle. After that, we came up with the idea of Be Someone. He told me, hey, I see you be working with every artist in the city of Houston on some low-key shit, but why y'all don't work together more often? I know somebody like you know everybody, and I can tell like you in the mix to where it's just like they respect you. But one, you don't drop enough music. Two, why y'all don't work together more often? Like, I know, I can see, okay, you and Lou had a real relationship, you and Jeremy, a lot of different people he was mentioning. Now he talking to me, it was more people out of our Houston music scene that was even more tied to me. But at that time, he was talking to me, so he was telling me who he had seen me amongst, and that was pretty much everybody. And everybody was my brodies already, so we already been fucking with each other, but we wasn't really recording on no everyday shit when Cena came about. So that's what he seen was a problem. And he said, I just feel like the type of artist you are and the type of person you is, bro, if you called them and told them to come jump on a song and all of them to work together and we put out a body of work, it would work. That was his vision from the jump. He been wanted to basically recreate the Screw Tapes type of energy and synergy within our city. He was like, man, y'all all hard, y'all all got y'all individual sound. And my vision is to hear y'all work together more often, but also use that to piggyback and break my artist, which is D-Baby. You know what I'm saying? He was like, man, I want my artist to showcase his talents amongst all you niggas who already confirmed talented, because y'all don't really even know who he is. I'm like, man, I think he talented. Shit, I did the feature already. I had already knew who D-Baby was because he paid me to do the feature with him. But he knew that Jeremy's, Fast Lanes, Guapo's, other names didn't know who D-Baby was at the time. So boom, he came up with the Be Someone idea, not only to hear all of us work together, but to break his artist and showcase that his artist could run with us and sound just as good as of it, if not better sometimes, you know what I mean? So he did that in fact. And he asked me how much I wanted to help him bring that to life. You know what I mean? We came up with a set number, and you know, I reached out to everybody. Jeremy was on his bullshit. Flower, bitch, you know, I really wouldn't charge you, bitch, but
it's the boy.
And brother, come pay me. You know, fans name was on his shit. You know, Jeremy on shit like, Flower, bitch, if you wanna give me, if the parents can't won't give me 2,000, bitch, I'ma do it for you with somebody love you. All right.
All right, what's up? How about the checked in?
Lane Luther talking about, I gon' take him to that world. We gon' do you gon' I get to him, you know. I fuck saying I like what he doing. Cause when you do it, you just gotta do it. And I'm just like Lane Luther, real nigga. So I'm like, okay, come on, Lane. We got fast, Lane. Boom, we do Jeremy. Then all the young niggas. It was so many niggas in my city, or so many people in my city that I had to tap in with females as well, because they ain't really know who Cena was at the time, so they were kind of, excuse me, y'all know how people be sometimes, in Houston especially, like our culture is like flamboyant, so because everything bigger, women are far more beautiful, like it's just not average. The cars are way bigger, the jewelry way more motherfucking expensive, so people tend to hold their nuts on each other sometimes. Nobody know who you is, or you ain't flexing that shit, popping that shit, nigga gon' goddamn to the left you. And even when you start popping it, they really gonna charge you more when you pop it. Cause they like, oh yeah, he got it. So it really was just bad energy at the time, like when it came to like people holding their nuts on Cena. He had a beautiful vision, but nobody really knew who the fuck he was, cause it didn't catch up yet. Like his work ethic hadn't, the fruits of his labor hadn't shown yet. He was just planting seeds, and now y'all seeing the fruits. So at that time, I was one of those guys who we came to, in particular, like Flower was like, I ain't really caring about if they know who I am or whatever, how I'm rocking. I just want them to do the work, and I feel like you can have them do the work if I pay them and pay you to pay them, basically. So he handed me money, and I handed it to them, and I told them do it for me on the love, and they did it for the bare minimum. And they ain't asked no questions, because it's us, you know, and it ended up working out for everybody, you know what I mean? So that's what the BDE came to, and then we built more things, and, you know, there it go.
For sure.
Yeah.
Like artists like that you work hand in hand with, you see them floors, he gonna get a deal with somebody like Meek Mill.
Exactly.
He becomes a household name.
Right. Like
you as a person, like how does it make you feel? Like you seeing that before the world get to see it. Like
right.
you knew what he could become, and to see that he acts.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like
man, it felt like God blessing in all honesty, because we always call Brody the New Orleans Meek. We all fuck with Meek and listen to Meek growing up, but we all knew how much he really fuck with Meek. Like niggas didn't even know. Like bro was a Meek fanatic. Like not even on no fanboy shit. He just embodied that shit. It always made sense. We would always compare Brody to Meek. So we kind of knew if a nigga like me and my niggas, bro, we not the ones to be like on no shit like anything really surprising us, especially around me. You gonna see I got a poker face, so it don't matter who you is. You come around me, bro. If you tell me Jay-Z just seeing your music and commented, I'ma calm it down and let you know you been that great. On accident, bitch, don't be surprised if Jay come out at you like this young nigga who talented. Don't be surprised if Jay-Z come out at you and comment on your shit. Cause it ain't gonna surprise me. Niggas be wrong.
He's fucking at me.
But nah, that's all it was, to answer your question. Like, it didn't surprise me, but I'll watch it surprise them. But I kind of knew, not that certain people was gonna be grabbed by certain people, because you could never know that, but I knew they was gonna bow before us and give us our respect and our look. We was already talented. God, if I just was genuinely doing that shit. And even when you say, watching them flourish, see, my biggest thing was, yeah, they gonna win and it's gonna look good and we gonna all be big in a certain way, but make sure nobody get down on us. I don't care who it is, because the opportunity might present itself to be bigger. But if you don't got your shit together, you can't never rely on the next man to get your shit together. So I don't care if the same people who signed Tupac want to come and sign me. I want to make sure I know enough about what I'm getting into. And I wanted to make sure everybody around me knew enough about what we was getting into. Because I learned by default, or you are really getting to a funny situation, you had to buy yourself out a bad deal. No matter who you with, it could be your brothers. I was in a contract with people who I considered to be my family, but it just didn't work out, you know what I mean? At that time, I had to learn, it's about a vision, it's about a certain amount of capital, and it's about a certain amount of consistency. If you got them three things, you got somebody that, you ain't gotta have a vision. Somebody around you can see where you gonna be next year. Follow that person's vision. apply your consistency with your work ethic and have the capital. That's just securing the investor. Somebody that's gonna pay for it.
I never knew you was signed. I remember like in your early days you was pushing a campaign.
Right.
That's who you was with?
Management.
Okay.
So I wasn't really signed. I was only really with a management, but I was befooled to think that, okay, we was an independent label. See, a lot of people, and I went through it, a lot of people think label, but these really just be a lot of niggas, production companies, artist development departments, but they using the name record label because they don't understand that to be a label, you really gotta have blah, 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 but they don't understand that, so all they hear is record label. Everybody decided to have a record label, even me. I started my own label in my eyes, but then I really realized this is artist development, this is a production company. This is so much more than just a label, because to be an actual record label, you need a certain amount of things, and you gotta understand a certain amount of things. But it's all trial and error. Nobody got all this shit figured out up front. So to really compliment what you were saying, I really wasn't signed, but I thought I was signed, and I was moving like I was signed. So if my homie at the time that was over the label, quote unquote label, told me don't take this show or don't take this opportunity because he got bigger plans and we gonna do something bigger, I actually listened to him. So I didn't even perform the first 5 songs I had on World Star in my city that was doing 500,000 views, 100,000 views a day. I wasn't outside really working these records because niggas was stalling me. Like they had a plan, but the plan never came to fruition. So now I'm damn near high-signing certain people in my city that I could be working with. Not artists, I'm doing records with artists, but I'm talking about like promoters, clubs that's trying to get me to show up and show out. At that time, I'm not knowing you're supposed to do that. Jump on that motherfucking stage and be natural. I didn't understand these things. I'm just like, shit, these niggas blackmail me to do music, but on the same token, I'm like, shit, as long as my paper straight, we gonna hustle our ass off. Even to the point when we wasn't dropping no music, we still going to the studio for a flash, hustling. But guess what? I'm not really on their ass about dropping my music. Because at the time, I'm more of a real person than even an artist. You know what I mean? Not even on the real street shit. That's why I say real person. Not even a real nigga. All the cat ass shit. I'm about to say on the real street.
One thing that I noticed, like early on, like you wasn't, you know, like in Houston, you know, it's a lot of cliques, a lot of different cliques, and a lot of, you know how like in the industry is, how we got it like here in our city, I'm sure it's in every city. Most people make it seem like, oh, if you fuck with this certain individual or groups, you can't fuck with them, don't fuck with me. I never seen you, I always seen you never picked a side, you always was neutral. Like, for example, your first video, I think Hallelujah was in it. You had scenes in the CUNY homes, and you had scenes like South Lawn. Like you never picked a side. Like you always was you.
Same video. It might be in a video with his ops, and I did that on purpose. You know why? Because kids now about this shit at that time. Shit get real, you know, real out here. And at the end of the day, we got to deliver one that count. Now I wasn't on no shit like y'all stop beefing immediately because I know niggas shit be real, and I know at the end of the day, sometimes it's years worth of pain that they gotta figure out as men. Was I ain't gonna play the middle, but at the same time I ain't gonna put myself in there that ain't got nothing to do with me because I had my own enemies, and me and all mine had our own problems with people out here that we ain't want to subject or embrace another man's problems because we know how real shit could get. But also we respected different people on both sides, so it's like don't play that middle shit. And don't pick a side. Be a man, stand on your own, and rep what you rep, step how you step, and love who you love. I loved what Lou and them was doing. I loved what O&B Bloodbath and them doing. I love what P-Rock and them doing from South Lawn. Free P-Rock, man. I love what Lil Daddy-O's and all them niggas pushing. I love what Lil Sec and them be on. You see what I'm saying? I love what my city be having as a whole. It's just sometimes when you got egos and women and money and power, everybody not gonna never see eye to eye on nothing. But I'm one of them niggas everybody gotta respect. You know why? Because I ain't gonna disrespect nobody. You disrespect anything I stand for, it'll never, ever happen again. I'll take it one time for a nigga to try that. It'll never happen. Come on, naturally.
These apartment complexes, I lived there for like 6 years. And it was too tall to park in the garage, so I would have to valet it. I was pulling up to my apartment and I saw DFlowers standing outside waiting. And I had been working with D-Baby for like 3 months. And I had been trying to get in contact with DFlowers, but I was honestly irrelevant in the industry. D-Baby was irrelevant in the industry. Nobody would answer our calls. So I saw DFlowers and I told myself that I had to hop on this opportunity. So I basically just walked up to him. I told him that I had a newer Hispanic artist that just started rapping recently that I felt like that they would make good music together. I wanted to pay him for a feature. The next day he came back to my house. D-Baby, I played him some of D-Baby's music. He showed us some of his unreleased music, and then we ended up doing a feature later on that week.
That's still you said outside earlier, and you basically said the same story. So the vlog on last week.
Just over there. Goofy shit. You heard it? More. Isaac Moore, this is Cena. I met her. Good to meet you. Yeah, that's one thing.
Oh, Isaac Moore. Okay.
They do the fashion. Okay. Brody been hearing a lot of good things about. I'm pretty sure y'all hear about each other all the time.
Yeah, I heard that. Good to meet you, bro.
Tell Dan, you know, he like mine.
It's not a band I think tried to introduce us a long time ago.
Yeah. That's like my little brother for sure.
Don't be humble.
Introduce.
I mean, shit, I don't know where to start. There's so much, man, in the world, man. Like, my name in the White House. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. But the thing about it is, I used to be I'm just really good at what I do. You know what I'm saying? Like, you say like you couldn't do it, but if I just take you my word, bro, like you gonna love it. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real.
What have you done that is quotable?
Nah, so I'm not just like a designer. I don't want to be like, I want to get away from design. I want to actually just become a brand and hire designers, like giving people opportunity to change their whole life, like how Louis Vuitton did, like a Virgil, and for for like a lot of different people like that. You know what I'm saying? So I want to create like a brand more so than being a designer. As far as a designer, I'm like the coldest though.
Yeah.
For sure. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Bro,
even
you gotta get these niggas out of you, though.
yeah, something for everybody. Everybody you can think of, bro. Michelle Obama, Drake, Floyd Mayweather, all these people personally.
Bankroll.
Magic Johnson.
Magic Johnson,
What's up, Lord?
fucking,
Yeah, what's up, Lord?
the whole fucking,
Yeah, give me the
LA
problem.
Rams bought a whole lot of bags for me and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? You got me. Yeah, for sure. Right when they won the championship, they called me and stuff like that.
All right, come a little bit.
To
Like
do
2 hours.
stuff like that, man. Like for real. So I accomplished a lot of what I got going on. So like it's not too, and I specialize in bags. So I never got into clothes. I started from clothes, but my bags started taking off.
Like hand purses?
Like backpacks. My backpacks
Oh,
did the most.
okay.
But really what set me apart, like my packaging though. Like
If I was doing the clothes, you already know. I told bro straight like that. I'm focused on some one of them boys, but he really need Isaac to do his clothes.
you funny, bro.
I'm just keeping Frankie as you know. Certain niggas ain't fly enough. I know because I ain't that fly.
Yeah,
Like I said, friends, like, I know how to measure my gear,
sure.
but I'm not an over the topper, you know. So we need niggas like you to, you're supposed to
You
get,
know how to, yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Naturally know how to do it.
Got you for the loop.
Yeah.
I'm blessed because I look good in gear. You know,
Hey, your own folks.
the shirt gear on me is over.
Get that feeling when the man does. The man does. I went
Boy, I got my block rolling. Granny done got Glock on me. She gon' have a seizure. She see I got this Glock on me. Boy, I got my block rolling. Tryna be a yacht owner. They say I'm the young thuggin'. They say I'm the young thuggin'. Can't go to my granny house, my uncle that might fund something. In the trap, hanging like plankton in the tongue bucket. Bet they know that I'ma get money long as my lungs pump. Rock brothers, they ain't seen Michael Jackson, so they seen me. Green thirsty, bitch, I'm hopping out of green tree. Green beam on the strap, these niggas green beans. I'm yelling, drop it like a hot bitch. Real nigga, three nigga, real black shit.
Big block star, real black shit. I don't argue with hoes, I just block shit. Ballin' on these niggas, they ain't fox shit. Real street nigga, but all my bitches fancy Jamie Foxx shit. Baby, who is them? Cause they not me. Big booty bitch, tell her pop shit. I keep the chops like I'm Chinese. Still in the field doing high knees. I'm having too much money for the niggas to come inside. In the face, baby, asking why you brown, why you brown, brown, baby, too dark skin, hoes, twist twins. I just had the phone with your best friend. Go F me, my left foot. We get on that ass like a witch. Nigga, get your weight up, better go and get your bitch.
Niggas know I'm him, and I've been him since a newborn, just wrong. I'm fucking hoes in my shit on. I'm handing out 2 stones, the shot it be move wrong. Hit the trap like it turning the news on. Big deep, the one who started this shit with our flowers, models. I'm talking about hoes that look like coke bottles. My problem, this chopper, make a nigga holler. My trap pop that collar, got deals like Family Dollar. They can't see me like the rest. I fuck with scene, bitch, I'm trapping hard, I'm working for the cleaner. I'ma see them money, don't be mad, I'm fucking Gina. I'm with the dreamers, water on my neck, this from Katrina. I'm young pro, I was trapping in public housing. I'm hot boy, I'm like Juvie in the early 2000s.
It's DFlowers, I'm the one get that money out you and really bad it. Bitch, I feel like this shit is ours.
Boy, I got my black rolling, granny got black on me. She gon' have a seizure, she see I got this black on me. Boy, I got my black rolling, tryna be a yacht owner. They say I'm beyond thuggin', they say I'm beyond thuggin'. Can't go to my granny house, my open and might pull something. In the trap, hanging like cranking in the tongue bucket. They know that I'ma get money as long as my lungs pumping. Out Brooklyn, they ain't seen Michael Jackson, so they see me. Really close to bitch, I'm hopping out of green tree. Green bean, no stuff, these niggas green bean. I'm never dropping like a hot bitch. Real nigga, 3 nigga, real black shit.
Hey, big black stone, real black shit. All ugly hoes, I see black shit. Ballin' on these niggas, they ain't fight shit. Real street nigga, but all my bitches fancy Jamie fight shit. Hey, who's them? Because they not me. Big booty bitch from the pot shit. I keep the chops like I'm Chinese. Still in the field doing hanging. I'm making too much money for the bitches to come inside. Shove it in the face, baby, asking why you're blind. One push, one billion. Two girls still hold twins. I just had fun with your best friend. Your best friend. You go everything in my left hand. We get on that ass like a witch. Nigga, get your weight on better going, get your bitch.
Niggas know I'm him, and I've been him since a newborn, little bro. I'm fucking hoes in my shoes on, we handing out two stones, get shot if he move on. Skinny block, hit the trap when we turning the news on. Safety, we the one who started this shit with our flowers, models. I'm talking about hoes that look like coke bottles. My problem, this chopper, make a nigga holler. My trap pop that collar, got deals like Family Dollar. They can't see me like the rest. I fuck with scene, I'm that bitch, I'm trapping hard, I'm working for the cleaner. I'ma see them money, don't be mad, I'm fucking Gina. I'm with the dreamers, water on my neck, this from Katrina. I'm young pro, I was training in public housing. I'm hot boy, I'm like Juvie in the early 2000s.
It's DFlowers, I'm the one get that money out you and really bad it. Bitch, I feel like this shit is ours.
Hey, that's smoking. I'm about to say.
We got you on. We on, see you later.